Imports and the next steps. We already touched on this just now, but let's quickly summarize what really matters when it comes to imports. The key thing is when you're preparing your imports, especially within the EU, please, please, please make sure all your HS codes and tariff classifications are correct, that the declared values are accurate, and that the customs duties are properly declared. You do not want to end up with customs knocking on your door one day saying, "We're going to run an inspection and check whether you really did import your products correctly." And what's always important, as the brand owner, when you're manufacturing products for yourself, you are the one who's liable in most cases. It doesn't matter if a freight forwarder or someone else in between has submitted different numbers. Always, always, always check your customs documents carefully. Now, the next steps that follow after import, please don't underestimate them, are sales and marketing. We're more than happy to support you here, and this is where we say, sourcing is really just the absolute foundation. We ourselves are brand owners too. We have 2 of our own brands, and since 2014 we've been selling on Amazon through our own e-commerce shop and through countless brick-and-mortar retailers and distributors. And here's what's really important. Once you have a product, that's the base. You have something you can sell, but that doesn't mean you're selling it yet. Over the years, with nearly 2,000 clients, we've seen what happens next and how businesses grow. We've experienced it ourselves as well, so we know which next steps are crucial. And it's good to already start preparing for them mentally. We're also very happy to connect you with really good providers in these areas if you don't want to handle it all yourself. Because what do you absolutely need? For your products, whether you're heading toward online business or retail, you need images. If you want to sell online, you need top quality images. And nowadays, it's not just about photography itself, pure smartphone shots or even simple DSLR photos without any editing. That's so 2018. In 2022 and beyond, it's all about professional editing. Especially on Amazon, you see graphic overlays, text elements, banners, detailed shots, highlighting USPs directly in the images. Then, of course, you need text. And the texts need to be SEO optimized, with the right search terms included, the terms your customers are actually searching for. And not just the ones with high search volumes per month or per week, but also the ones that really convert into purchases. There are tools for this the more professional you get, things like Helium 10, Analyze, and many others. These let you estimate both the search volume and the buying power of certain keywords. Or, of course, you can have real experts handle it for you. That's usually faster, though also more expensive. If you want to learn it all yourself, that's possible. Otherwise, hand it over to professionals. The next topic, warehousing and logistics. Your products most likely won't be sitting in your basement or living room unless they're very small. Sure, in the beginning that happens, we know it ourselves. You start out with a few boxes in the shelf at home, but as soon as it gets bigger, it won't fit into your apartment or cellar anymore. So you'll need a professional warehouse and logistics provider, someone who can also handle individual shipments for you or the deliveries to retailers, whether that's single stores or central distribution centers for large supermarket chains, for example. And advertising, please don't underestimate this either. Just because you have a website doesn't mean people will find you. Just because you have an Instagram account doesn't mean people will suddenly discover you. There are tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of products out there. Everyone knows what it feels like today, information overload. We don't even know where to look anymore. And on top of that, there's advertising everywhere, so much that most of us just want to tune it out. But take a look at Amazon, for example. If you search for something, the first results you see at the very top always say sponsored. Scroll down and you'll see more products. Again, sponsored. On the side, sponsored, sponsored, sponsored. On the very first search results page, don't quote me on the exact number, but there are something like 12, 16, even 20 ad placements. And that's not organic ranking, that's paid. Every single one of those spots is there because someone spent money on advertising to appear at the top. So don't underestimate it. Advertising and marketing are essential. Honestly, with my first two brands, I wish I had invested in advertising much sooner, much faster, and also hired people specifically to handle it. Because it has to be done. If you just put your product on a marketplace or launch a website, it's highly unlikely you'll be discovered in a big way. Now, when it comes to growth, many people stay on the same marketplace at first, but once they see the concept is working well, they start to scale. That means launching new products. And yes, we support that too. For most of our clients, it works exactly like that. They start with one product, later add more, sometimes launch multiple at once, or they decide not to stick only with Amazon, but also expand to eBay, Kaufland, Otto, Zalando, About You, their own web shop, and also physical retail. Some go through distributors, some through retailers, some into supermarkets. Others get exposure through shows like Dragon's Den or 2 Minutes 2 Million in Austria. The important part is, as you grow, you need to adjust your business accordingly. Warehousing, logistics, delivery capability, speed, fulfillment, all of this needs to be handled more quickly, more efficiently, and more professionally. And one more point, which we hear from many of our startup clients. Quite a few of them are already planning an exit, meaning a successful sale of their business in the next 1, 2, 3, or 4 years. That's something you can plan for as well. Maybe you don't feel a deep emotional connection to the product itself, but instead your goal is to build and scale businesses that you can later sell. That's absolutely a valid strategy and something you should keep in mind on your roadmap. Do I want to plan for an exit? And if so, when? And with that, we come to the special hacks we'd like to share with you right away, along with a few case studies from our clients.